Is now the right time to buy a house here in Arizona? Let's go through market trends. Let's go through cost of living. Let's go through rent versus buying scenario and see if now is a good time for you to buy a home here in Arizona. The Arizona housing market is shifting, especially now more than ever. Interest rates, prices, and competition are changing fast. Let's compare things and see if now is actually a good time to buy, or maybe if you should wait a little bit longer. As we know, mortgage rates are at all-time highs for a lot of people purchasing homes right now. You can expect mortgage rates to be anywhere from 6% all the way up to high 7% in most cases, depending on the program that you're doing and if you're purchasing a primary residence, secondary home, or investment purchase. Remember that your interest rates can affect your monthly mortgage payment drastically. So a small percentage shift can actually change your monthly mortgage payment by a couple of bucks or a couple $100, depending on the actual interest rate and what it looks like for the home that you're looking at. Make sure to get with me or your actual lender to get actual figures as far as what a monthly mortgage payment would look like given the current interest rate market, as rates are fluctuating right now. We've seen mortgage rates go up, we've seen them go down. They're on a bit of a roller coaster right now in this economic environment, and it's extremely important to communicate with your lender what they're going to look like on the particular property that you're purchasing. Or even if you haven't purchased something, or if you're not in contract, get with them to make sure you understand what rates are like and what an estimated monthly payment would be like on an average home price nowadays. Let's talk about home prices. Phoenix home prices are on the rise. We've seen an increase substantially over the last few years, and we continue to see and expect a 4% or more increase depending on the market and where the house is actually located. Out where I'm at here in Santan Valley, home prices actually have stalled a little bit, if not come down. But certain markets like Scottsdale or certain areas of Phoenix have continued to go up, and it really depends on where you're looking at purchasing. Again, get with your real estate agent and your lender to determine maybe there's a better market for you to actually purchase in, or a different area to capitalize on maybe some seller credits or a lower purchase price to make sure that you're getting a good deal on that house that you're actually buying. Or again, if you're not buying, get with them or get with a local real estate agent to understand the median home prices in the areas that you do want to purchase. Maybe you want to purchase in Scottsdale but don't understand what the median home price would be, but it would make sense to purchase in Phoenix or Tempe, a different area that may have the amenities that you're looking for, or maybe you just have to drive a little bit further. Again, get with your agent, get with your lender to determine kind of what this looks like on an overall scope. Let's talk about inventory. Inventory in Phoenix is on the rise, especially as we head here into the summer months. A lot of the times our market slows down in the hot summer months because nobody wants to be looking at homes when it's 110 degrees outside. Right now we're seeing an increase in listings, and I've especially seen that personally in my neighborhood where homes have gone up and they have been sitting on the market for 30, 60, 90 days before actually selling. How does this affect you though as a home buyer? This means that homes are constantly coming on the market and there's homes already on the market. What you can do is capitalize on homes that have been on the market for longer periods of time to get seller credits, or to maybe negotiate a lower purchase price with the seller. Or if you're not finding anything in this market right now, wait. Because homes are constantly coming, you're eventually going to see something that you enjoy and something that you like. You may just need to be a little bit more patient. This next topic is a buyer's versus seller's market. I see this conversation come up a lot, especially in forums or Facebook groups. Here in Phoenix, it really is a buyer's market because there's a large inventory of homes. That means that a buyer can go and find a house that has been on the market for 90 plus days or 60 plus days, whatever it may be, and negotiate better terms on that home. I've actually talked to people in the Midwest though, or on the East Coast, that aren't experiencing this. They're experiencing a seller's market where multiple offers are coming through on one property and the seller is able to have that upper hand with the buyer. That's not happening for most homes here in Phoenix from what I've seen, but there are certain areas and certain neighborhoods that is happening. Again, speak with your realtor because they're going to help identify what neighborhoods, what markets that's actually happening in here in Arizona. The rent versus buy is the next topic that a lot of home buyers will come to me and say, hey, I'm renting right now. This is what I'm paying. What is my mortgage going to look like compared to what my rental payment is? I actually just helped a home buyer that was renting a house in Phoenix at $900 a month. They've been renting for 15 years. The landlord never raised their rent. But what this also also means is their property had taken a toll. He said that they were paying close to $800 in electricity costs to cool their house in the summer because it was an older home. They were incentivized to go purchase a new home that had upgraded everything in order to lower their cost of living and get into a house that was a larger size for their family. He ended up saving money every month by getting out of that $900 rental and getting into a more efficient home and saving in utilities over the actual mortgage payment. So yes, his mortgage payment went up compared to his rent, but he was saving money over time with the utilities that he was paying on that old rental house in Phoenix. And in some cities here in Arizona, buying is going to make sense. Maybe you're living in Scottsdale and you're paying a premium to live in Scottsdale and you're paying $2,500 a month or more. It would make sense to go look at the numbers to see if purchasing a house, even in that area or a different adjacent area, would lower your cost of living, whether it be on the monthly mortgage payment or your commuting time or the utilities itself, to see if it makes sense to get out of that rental. And last thing to mention with the rent is going nowhere. You're paying your landlord to pay down their mortgage. They are receiving the equity while you're renting the property. So that $2,000 or $24,000 a year, if your rent is at $2,000, is going straight to somebody else's pocket. If you were owning your house and you were paying $25,000 or $3,000 per month, a portion of that is going straight back to your home, straight back into your equity, and straight back into your pocket, not your landlord's. As we end here, let's talk about the forecast of Arizona's market. Arizona's market, like I said, has slowed down a little bit in certain areas, especially out here in Pinal County or Santan Valley. Now, this is not the case for some cities. You need to speak with your agent to understand which markets here in Arizona or which areas are actually going to be a seller's market versus a buyer's market, to understand what that looks like for you buying a home right now or waiting. Now, as far as the forecast goes, we expect home prices to continue going up. Home prices have gone up substantially, even in my area, and will continue to go up even if they have stalled. The moment interest rates come down, which we project them to come down later this year, you're going to see an influx of buyers. What that means is the competition in the market is going to increase and home prices are going to increase because there's going to be more buyers in the market. Now is a perfect time to buy if you are ready. If you are comfortable with making the mortgage payment that you've been quoted, buy now. It's a great time to get into the market, to get a competitive offer out on a house, and like I've mentioned in my past videos, get the sellers to pay all of your closing costs, get some down payment assistance provided. Do whatever you need to do to start building equity in your future for you and not somebody else's pocket. If you have questions or if you're looking to see what you qualify for, comment down below or reach out to me. Always happy to help. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Help me grow this channel and help more home buyers here in Arizona. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.